Hey guys, it's Deligracy here, and welcome to another speed build in The Sims 4. Today we are making my new Let's Play Parenthood house that a lot of you guys surprisingly actually really liked for the new LP. I often like to make houses that aren't necessarily simple in terms of how they've been built, and I often put like a lot of clutter items in and try and make the house look really lived in and like every single space in it's filled up. But for this Let's Play, I just felt like having something more simplistic, something easy to navigate around during gameplay, and something that actually didn't cost a bomb to buy or build. So this is the LP house that we're starting to build right now, and like I just said, it's very simple, and I'm glad some of you guys enjoyed the simplicity of it. It's definitely got a mid-century modern vibe about it. It's, it feels a little bit 70s in a way. In my mind, the single mother who lives here, Clarice, she bought it when it was an older house and she's done it up over time to make it look nice. That's kind of what I thought because a few of you guys were thinking of her background and storyline about why her mother is actually the primary caretaker of her daughter, Bailey. And a few of your comments were saying that maybe she had a teen pregnancy and at the time she couldn't look after the child, so her mum became the primary caretaker. And maybe just now or just a few years ago, they've actually all moved in together. And I kind of loved that idea. I thought that was really nice. So maybe Clarice over time working and leveling up in her career, because she's been very successful very early on in her life. She's already a president in the business career, sorry. How cool would it be if there was a building career? If your sim could be a builder. I'd actually really like that. I want to make some tradie sims. I've got to write that down, and then I'll I'll tweet the sims and be like, can we have tradie sims? Tradie is, I think, an Australian term for tradesmen. So people who work as a builder or a carpenter or electrician, they're referred to as tradies in Australia. It's Australian slang. But yeah, I think she's leveled up very quickly in the business career. She's a president already of a business, and she's still a young adult. So yeah, I did cheat a little bit, but I wanted her to be like a super strong single mom who just slays at life. So that's why I did that. And yeah, gradually she's made this house a really nice home for them to live in. It's also very perfect and pristine in terms of the furnishing. So there's a lot of whites, light colors, and it's very clean and well ordered, which I think suits Clarice's character perfectly. And I've also left a bit of counter space. There's space in the garden for some gardening to happen. And also if we want to make some house extensions, that part on the left where I've just placed a tree, that's deliberately been left blank. One, to keep the cost down, and two, so we can renovate the house and maybe make a granny flat out the back for Judy, her mom. But I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed the first part of the Let's Play. I've really gone back to basics with it, keeping it a traditional Let's Play. So not any editing. I didn't include face cam in this one. I decided not to because we have face cam in my Dream Life LPs for my reactions and stuff. But I thought, I just want to keep it simple and do something traditional. A lot of you guys have also been asking about the Vampire LP, a lot of you guys have requested that I complete that and tie up the loose ends, because I did kind of just stop. So with the Vampire LP, I do want to complete it myself, and I'm actually going to America next week. So I'm pre-recording videos at the moment, so this Let's Play will be pre-recorded for you guys. And I don't actually have time to do the Vampire LP as well. So when I'm back, my plan is to complete that series. So we'll have another Let's Play that's probably completed. Because really, we never complete LPs. I never complete them because I have such a short attention span. I move on to the next one. But it's hard for you guys as viewers if you've invested your time in that Let's Play and you're like, but I want closure. I want to know how it ends. So I'm working on that. I want to complete my Let's Plays. So yeah, anyways, we're back to finishing the lounge room and, we've started finishing the lounge room rather. And yeah, as we can see, our lighter color palette is coming into play right now. I love these brown chairs that came with the Sims 4 bowling stuff pack. I love them so much. I wish I had them in real life in more of maybe a camel brown leather, like slightly more orange undertone. I am a huge fan of that orangey browny leather. I love that kind of leather. That color leather. I hope one day to have some form of furniture that's that kind of style, that kind of coloring. The house, because it is a renovated home, I wanted to put a half wall in here to keep that 70s vibe going on. I kind of got a bit of inspiration from the Brady Bunch. When I was younger, my mum used to always put on the Brady Bunch because that's what she watched when she was a kid. And we had all of these videotapes, like cassette tapes. Cassette tapes, were they? Yeah. And she would put them on for me to watch. So I've actually watched like all of the Brady Bunch when I was growing up, even though it's like a really old show. So this kind of style of stonework, and that kind of mid-century modern vibe and the browns just reminds me of that show so much. So it was kind of nice to do that. I didn't use the new kitchen counters for this LP house. It just didn't suit the household. It was too country-esque. However, I've used the new stove and the new fridge. We're going to, actually off camera, I add the new tiles behind the fridge. So you guys will notice in the actual Let's Play that we have the new wallpaper from this new game pack instead of the mirrors that I've put here. I just forgot that we had those new tiles, so I put them in after the build. It might be in the screenshots though. I can't recall. But I'm so glad we have this fridge. I'm so stoked that the fridge fills that awkward little gap next to the counter and the wall. So that is so awesome. And I love these new stove tops. They are so cool and retro, and I love that green color. So that green is inspiring pretty much the color scheme for this kitchen. So we've got that pastel green with the black. I think we changed the fridge to green as well. And then that's going to influence which wallpaper we choose. And right now, all the walls are crisp white, but at the very end of the build, we add in the color. To begin with, I wanted everything to be white, because I felt like that was Clarice's character. She'd be like, I like white walls, I like freshness, I like lots of natural light and no dust or darkness. But then I thought, I think she'd like to be a bit, she needs a bit of glam in her life, because if you see how the character dresses, she's a very glamorous lady. Yeah, very glam. So yeah, and also for those of you who asked about the Let's Play, there is no Creator Sim video of me making the family, unfortunately. I did that off camera because I don't know, if you've never recorded a video before, you probably don't you wouldn't know what it feels like. But when you're recording a video, you kind of, even if you're not recording voice, say if I'm recording a build or if I'm recording Creator Sim, I'm aware that I am recording, and my gameplay is the same as what it would be off camera, but I have an awareness that there will be viewers watching. So sometimes if I don't record something such as that family Creator Sim, it's more because I was just enjoying it in my own time without being aware of recording. So I did that off camera just to enjoy it fully myself. So that's why there's not a video like I usually have. That's a new bookshelf we just put in, and that's a new kids' art table we just placed near the kitchen. I was going to have a toddler in this house originally, and I decided to get rid of it so we could focus on just the 3 characters more. I really, really want the kid, Bailey, to make actual friends in this Let's Play. It's so hard to make friends in The Sims 4, and I want her to have a group of friends that she meets and hangs out with. So I felt like if we had another kid to worry about, we would be too busy and wouldn't really have time for Bailey. Also, being a single mum with an only child, I thought was with a grandmother was a really interesting relationship dynamic. And I want there to be real closeness about it. In my family, the women in my family are extremely tight-knit. I've grown up around a lot of women, and my sister, my mum, and myself and my auntie, Jenny, who's basically my second mum, we're incredibly close. And that's why in this Let's Play, I really wanted to, I guess, explore that feminine closeness a lot. And I hope you guys receive it well, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And of course, there is a neighbor across the road. I'll be doing a speed build of his house, and he is likely going to be a potential love interest of Clarice. A few of you guys wanted Judy to go for the younger man instead. And a few of you guys wanted Judy to explore her sexuality because elders are not often portrayed as being anything other than straight, like in popular culture. You don't really see that very often. So I thought that was kind of a cool idea. So yeah, there will be definitely male characters coming into it, so don't you worry about that. But just to begin with, I thought it was nice to start off slow and relaxed and just really enjoying the game. So that'll be good. Anyways, this is Clarice's room. We've just finished up there. We've started putting in some color into the room. I wanted her room to be very simple and very plain. I wanted her to just have fairy lights above her bed. She doesn't like clutter. She doesn't like any mess. So she just has her matching 2 lamps on either side of her bed, and that's all she wants. She would probably have a clock, but in the room now I think about, because she's very punctual and organized. So maybe we'll add a clock in there during the LP. Juxtaposed aside that, right now we are working on Judy's room. So this is Clarice's mum's room. She's an elder, like I said, and she is like the spirit animal of the family. Like, she is a little bit hippie, you could say. She's very in touch with her spiritual being, and she loves the outdoors and nature, and she's very creative. She's a very good painter. So she's the complete opposite to Clarice. She's very loving and very warm as well. And that's why she's been such an amazing parent to Bailey, and why her parenting skills are going to be extremely different to Clarice's. So that's cool. So yeah, she's got lots of she's got lots of more earthy tones in her room, and more like culturally diverse items in that room, actually. Like, it's not so straightforward and tight and rigid as Clarice's room. So it's nice. It's nice. Love that fruit bowl. That fruit bowl gives me life. Oh, it makes me so happy. I don't know what it is, but those little things in the game, like the fruit bowl and the dish rack and the bread bin, is just, those small clutter items just make such a difference. And the old radiators that came with the Sims 4 Vampire game pack, oh, love those. Simguru Ninja on Twitter, Mocky, I've been lucky enough and had the honor to meet him in real life. I could be wrong, don't quote me on this, but I believe he is the leading producer on the Vampire game pack and this game pack, or at least his role was very important in these game packs, if anything. And I just feel like he's done a really good job with both of them. So shout out to Mocky. I doubt he will watch this, but at least you guys know that you should go follow him on Twitter if you have Twitter, because he's really great with the community. He'll tweet out when the Sims 4 Parenthood game pack dropped. He was like tweeting out all YouTubers, like big YouTubers, little YouTubers. He was tweeting out their videos and their streams, like totally on that hype train and helping move that hype train. And it's actually just really nice that he shares all of the community stuff. So definitely a good time. Actually, if you guys don't have Twitter, before I was a YouTuber, I used to use Twitter to follow, because my background is graphic design. I used to follow, when I was a student, all of my favorite graphic design studios in Melbourne, and the favorite ones out like overseas as well, or anyone prominent in that industry. And I also used to follow all of my favorite simmer YouTubers as well on that account. And even though I was just a lurker, I barely tweeted myself. I just lurked. It was such a good platform to use to just be aware of what's going on in the graphic design world and simming world. So even if you guys don't tweet, I actually really recommend you guys getting Twitter because it's a good platform. And second of all, by the way, this is not sponsored. Second of all, I think whatever career you're wanting to go into, for me, it was graphic design. Whatever career you want to get into, there will always be Twitter accounts of dominant people in that career, locally or internationally. It's good to just educate yourself and be immersed in that world. And I actually was able to interact with people because of what I had seen them post on Twitter. So for instance, when I went to, this is the biggest ramble ever, sorry you guys, but when I went to interviews, when I wanted to intern as a graphic design student, I was a bit strategic because I went on Twitter and I looked at the people who I'd be interviewed by, like the leading graphic designer people of the studios, and I would ask them questions from their Twitter that they were tweeting about, so I knew that it would have relevance. I don't know, it's just you gotta empower yourself and be smart, and it's just a great platform, and it's entertaining too. Anyways, you guys, here are the final screenshots. Education with Deli in this latest speed build. But here we are. We've got a nice dining table, lounge room. Clarice is sitting there. She's the active sim. And that was little Bailey. This is a new board where you can set your curfews and post little notes, which is fun. This is Bailey's room. I love how that angel decal is holding that light. Should probably move it up a tiny bit though. We've got a nice desk there. Lots of toys. She's a little bit spoiled, that's for sure. Clarice's room, very ordered, very neat. Some would say a bit bland. I think it's all right though. I think it's still nice. And her bathroom. I like how the bathrooms are a little bit older as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this speed build. Let me know what speed build you want to see next. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a great week. I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. And I'll speak to you guys soon.